Now I'll take all the states. You're too kind. 12,000 equipment was seized. Oh, I approve of that. Well, alright then. So a bunch of you have earned your promotions. By a bunch, I mean basically all of you. Oops. Have any of you lost your training? Nope. In that case, one of you needs to form a new division. There's still a couple that need training, but from this I can start to actually assign troops where I want them and have them holding certain strategic locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. New unit. I honestly don't know what I'm going to give Wrangel to do here. I just so much prefer fighting in army formations. Whoops, with 24s. I wonder if I get to keep the volunteer forces too. Probably. Grab all of you. Oh, that's too many. Split half of you. Put you in a new one. It's almost like I planned that. Exactly 24. Get in. I might leave Wrangel with just... No, that's... Oh man, that's one unit short. Oops, no. Right, Wrangel, you're training. And then all of you guys will get a command at some point. Okay. So the volunteers, yeah, they did in fact stay with us. Did the US go for Ghana? They did. I did not even notice that. That's a lot of army experience. Alright, well I guess we should be promoting certain people to these armies. These are all the ones with certain skills. Or just high level. So we did in fact lose Zhukov. Completely gone. Traitor! I love the fact it's Zhukov that went traitor as well. That just makes me chuckle. Considering he was so bad when I last played as Russia. The government returns to the capital following the Bolsheviks' ultimate demise. The rightful government returns to the usual capital. Move capital to Petrograd. Gain more political power. The fall of Bolshevism. The Central Soviets of Moscow and Petrograd have fallen. The Sovnarkom has been disbanded. Red forces are surrendering in droves, and forces of order are retaking power in the streets of our major cities. The united Russian forces have defeated the treacherous Bolsheviks once again. So unfortunately we do lose the Russian Civil War focus, which is unfortunate. But they also lose all of their cores and things. Oh, I'm not recruiting generals. These are all generals I started with. So, whoops. So, you only recruit a new one by using that button. These are all guys that you just start the game with. And speaking of that, I should probably be assigning them positions. Let's do this by colour. So you are the best. So you're going to be purple because you're the imperialists, the elites. You are going to be the biggest explosion, so you can be yellow. You are my tank commander, so you're red. You are the trickster, so I'm going to make you cyan. And then you're just a high level, so I'll make you pink. And then Wrangel can be purple, dark purple. Alright, so these armies also need names. Very important part of this. So first of all, I'm going to call this Eagle Slayer. Pencil gone. There it is. So this is Russ. And that was Eagle Slayer. And Malgin is this army. And then the tanks, going to be a Twitch sub, someone who hasn't been for a while, Cyan. Actually, Cyan should be Cyan. Do I have a Cyan? I don't have a Cyan. I'm going to make you Cyan. And we're going to actually call the army Cyan. Because I'm just that funny. Cyan. If I could spell it right, that is. Hey, Charles. Right, you need a proper name. Who has not been for a while? Who's that? Cry for Soccer has not been for a while. This can be Cry for Soccer. That's Cyan. And then this is my just generic awesome strong person. Warbird. Single D. Right. That's the army's named. This army is only going to have one name. This is, of course, Wrangel's army. And there we go. Marvellous. So now I need to start actually giving these a location. So Eagle Slayer, I'm going to give you... Where's the fighting likely to be thickest? Ukraine. I'm going to give you the Ukraine. I mean, there's a good chance it will be on Germany's side. But just in case, you're there. You are the bearer of artillery. We'll put you here in the north. Split over here as well. Then the Reds can be Don Kuban. Maybe Alish Order too. Yeah, you can be Alish Order. Select all of you, put you all there. Half of you to there. Right, Cyan, you are going to be in charge of Mongolia. And then Warbird, you are going to have to deal with the Japanese. And then everyone needs to have orders. Oops. Reds. You guys are going to be responsible for taking that. You guys are going to be responsible for taking that. And the Mongolians for that. And then for you guys, taking that. Go. Is this single player? Yes, this is single player. And I'm spread thin at the moment, but that's just because I don't know who my enemies are going to be yet. These lines can and will change. I just want to make sure that I have people assigned to any place to hold the line until reinforcements arrive, and also to build our planning preparation. Failure of a bombing plot. Yet another failure. Good. Hey, Calico. I am having a very Merry Christmas. I hope everyone here is as well. Who's covering the Far East? That would be Warbird. Plus we have Wrangel himself with his reserve forces, which is primarily the artillery, actually. The Liberals criticise the clergy. It seems that the liberal elements of our society consider it rather unwise to maintain such strong bonds between church and state. During a small demonstration in the capital, they have demanded more religious pluralism and secularisation of the government. I will encourage a national debate on religious matters. Agitation in the countryside. With the situation in the countryside growing increasingly unstable, the peasants have become easy to influence by varying agitators. One such situation has recently taken place. A charismatic activist visited a number of villages calling for open revolt against our regime. How should we react to this potential threat? Eliminate him. Right, we have mechanical computing and concentrated industry and also better guns. That all happened on the same day. Really? With 2 days away from January? Alright then. Oh, not another one, jeez. Alright, so we are going to want construction, concentrated industry, and improved machine tools. Major peasant unrest. Agitated by various groups, the impoverished peasantry has risen up. The local administration is powerless against the mob, and it seems the only way to solve the crisis is to use force. Alternatively, we can always attempt to negotiate, although satisfying the peasants' demands may turn out to be quite expensive. So we can negotiate with them, which will give us a penalty for 150 days. Or we can fully agree to it. I'm not fully agreeing. We're going to negotiate and fulfill some of their demands. And we're going to eliminate the agitator. Haiti has declared war on the Dominican Republic. Also, I seem to have gained a bunch of manpower somewhere. Because that was 120,000, wasn't it? What did I gain which gave me so much manpower? And yes, I know this is Russia. But something has changed. It must have been one of these. Political instability. I really need to get rid of that. I still can't get any of these. What the hell do I need to do? Novaya Bolsheviki bloc is founded with Kerensky's assassination and the dissolution of the SR Cadet coalition. A great reshuffling of the Russian political scene has taken place. The most visible result is the process with the creation of the so-called New Bolshevik bloc, a conglomerate of Civil War survivors, radical former Mensheviks, and SR members such as the fresh syndicalist blood. It is very possible that this bloc will take part in the nearest Duma elections should the situation finally stabilise. I'm watching you. And we'll do part. Before I lost the Russian Civil War, national spirit, you had, what, 3.5 million manpower, decreased to 1.2. Yeah, but before the Civil War, I had 127,000 manpower. That's what I'm surprised it hasn't returned to. I knew that the Civil War gave me a bunch. It's supposed to happen within a year or so. A Civil War will delay it. Okay. And so long as it's sometime relatively soon. A large-scale celebration has taken place in our capital. Wait, I paused that. Apart from thousands of common Russians, the patriarch, members of the Romanov family, and dozens of nobles, politicians, and high-ranking officers have attended the Mass. This is a great occasion to underline the ties between the government and the Church in these uncertain times. And this is why I like the Church on our side. Events in the Netherlands have reached a boiling point. And socialists have stormed the capital with French and British equipment and volunteers. The fate of the royal Dutch family is yet unknown, and rumours say they intend to escape to the loyalist Dutch East Indies. Curse them! And we're no longer getting austerity measures. Okay. Are you done training? Nearly. I'm going to split out the ones that are trained, and I'll give them back to you afterwards. Otherwise, it's just wasting equipment, which I'd really rather not do. Go ahead. Like, we're going to have to do some serious shaking up of our ideologies after this. But I think that should be achieved. Wow, that cold is coming on with a vengeance. Sorry. No, I don't know what I was saying. Looks like mulled wine doesn't suit me. No, having a cold doesn't suit me. Woke up with a really bad one yesterday. Yesterday, a new monument, built to commemorate one of Russia's greatest poets, has been uncovered in our capital. The 100th anniversary of Pushkin's death is a chance to recall the great days of Russian history and culture. An act of paramount importance during these dark times of crisis and instability. We love our poets. Changing our geology, yeah, that's right. Civil War started. So I will be changing ideology when I'm able to do so. And when I do so, I think there should be lots of focuses which are all about moving the ideology in our direction. Or at least events that come with it. So, whose side do we want to be? Although the Americans, none of the Americans actually helped us. Who's Canada the most aligned with? That would be the USA. Send troops to the USA, save democracy. I mean, that's what Russia did in my AOS game, and they were really effective. Yeah, I can send 7 divisions. I'm really not sure. Would be a nice way of getting experience, though. Right, the other thing I wanted to do was give all of the big shooty bang bangs to this guy, because he's the bearer of artillery, so his artillery does better. And he'll be our pusher until we get actual tanks. And then I do have some tank divisions, I thought. Or did they all get wiped out? No, here they are. And those tank divisions should be with Cry for Succor. In fact, I'm going to give you the extra troops that you need to be at full strength. 3 more. Alright. I'll give you these 2 as well to him. And then Wrangel has a bunch of artillery guys. That's why I was like, hang on, that was something I was going to do. Right, Eagle Slayer. All of your guys should be assigned to that. All of your guys should be assigned to that. All of your guys should be assigned to that. Except for those guys who are assigned to that. All of you to Mongolia. And all of you to that. There we go. Plus I want to send some troops to Mongolia. USA! Political and social development in the United States has devolved into civil war. Shall Russia support any of the warring factions? So we can support the Federales or the Unionists. Can I afford to use up equipment in the USA fight? Not really. Considering we are still 70,000 equipment short. Although I'm expecting us to be able to recover actually pretty strong, pretty well. Quebecer is saying that we should support the USA. It's either going to be the US or the AUS. And actually it was American industry that helped Russia return to strength after the First World War. So yeah, we're going to support the USA because of that. And I will send you volunteers under this guy. You send volunteers. Troikov. Send. Pacific States has declared war on the United States. Second American Civil War. And you're saying I should send them my planes. Okay. Because these are going to be old and kind of rubbish. So disband those air wings. Disband those air wings. Alright. Then USA. Send Lend-Lease. Aeroplanes. $124. $50. And then I'll definitely need to build some more aeroplanes of my own. I'm not sending them other equipment though. Alright, good. You guys are almost trained. Marvellous. Democracy will prevail in the USA and Russia on the wrangle. Wait a minute. I mean, Wrangel is entirely in favour of democracy, so long as he's the one making the decision. Like, he's extremely democratically minded. I'm going to see if I can grab Philadelphia from these guys and push up to there. And hopefully not get caught horribly out of place. Finally! The autocracy. More than a year has passed since our assumption of power, and we have brought some measure of stability to the country. However, many believe we need to take greater measures to promote the cause of our order. But the question is, should we keep our democratic process, or should we bring the political system back to the certainties of the Tsarist era? We could also make Wrangel the only leader in Russia, as he should be. So we can create a constitutional monarchy. Or we can invite the legitimate Tsar. Or we can do a military dictatorship. Can we do constitutional monarchy but have Wrangel stay in charge? This will invite the legitimate Tsar Kirill to be head of the new constitutional monarchy. No, it has to be this one. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, military dictatorship. The army has always been a stabilizing force in Russia. Even after it was stripped of its powers by the weak liberal republic, they remained strong to protect Russia. It is only justice to give the effective control of Russia now. Only the army can put itself above all national disputes. Oh wow, and we're halfway done already. Nice. So we definitely want to get the statocratic government for the political power, which will actually pay off the dictatorship. Serbia crowns Alexander II. And you immediately counterattack me. Syndicalism spreads to the Philippines. Right, this army is getting all the good stuff. Military dictatorship. The military, led by Marshals Wrangel and Denikin, has now firmly established its rule in Russia. The legacy of the Whites lives on, and once again they rise to protect the motherland from the internal and external threats. With them, Russia has nothing to fear. Hurrah! Try and grab me Newark, if you would. Am I going to be able to get a cut-off here? Probably not. We can certainly try. Well, so long as we control this river, we should be able to hold this line. Failure of another bombing plot. Will you cut that out? Alright, Philadelphia has fallen. And I need to try and grab Newark, if possible. And this will be a nice cut-off here, actually. Did one of my generals die? No. Good. They are trying to do a counter-attack here. Not appreciating that. What if both of you were helping? No. Whoever this is. Oh, it's the Dutch. Can't trust the Dutch, clearly. They're putting up a pretty good fight there. Looks like we need to make small signs that Mordred can hold up. Save Mordred's voice. It's not my voice that's the problem, it's the coughing. Like, yesterday it was definitely the voice, because my sore throat was unbelievably bad. Not much of a sore throat today, I'm just coughing. Foreign policy.